like I go crazy, I overreact. I like to know that when I'm shipping something, oops, that, don't have to, the little light's not on. Oh, no, it is on. Okay. Because I'm going to need the glue gun. So yes, I feel like when things are getting jolted around with shipping, I don't trust that something isn't going to come off of metal. So what I like to do is I like to just take some burlap or whatever, just some ribbon that maybe it's like, it's cheap or it's a scrap, but something that's kind of grippy and textured. And I like to put it on the base. Okay, and so I am going to first put glue under it, and then we're going to end up gluing the block to it. So let us go on our first run with our new glue gun. This has a great pour. I was kind of thinking with the nozzle it was going to be more like narrow, but this has a great pour. Like, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it's like just a little bit comes out at a time. Like certain glue guns are made for certain like different activities, like Step Brothers from for activities. No, but some things are made to like create shipping boxes or other things. So, or working on like very detailed things. Like the maker of the month this month, she makes these beautiful florals out of like thick paper. I have to learn more about it. That's not their best description, but she uses a different type of gun that is more, you know, for like the detailed things. And again, this glue rope, yes, yes, yes. And actually this thing I think snaps up on its own, does it? Or was I doing that as I dump just a ton of glue in here? Okay. So yes, so I am taking my burlap and I'm gluing it to the bottom. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna grab my Lazy Susan. And also, so I don't know if you guys have used these before. These are foam cutting thingies, and they're great for like getting glue off of stuff. So like if you get glue on your floor, like if you have, like I have laminate flooring and you go like this, it just gets it all off. Or if it's on your workbench, but you can cut yourself with this. And I did not think it was that sharp because it just doesn't seem like it is. But lo and behold, it is. And I found out the hard way. So, sorry for the crunchy noise. It's just part of the gig. Part of the gig. Yeah, I've had people question it and I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is the thing about designing and like crafting and like being self-taught. It just has to make sense to you. Like someone else might say like that's just a total waste, it's not going to happen. Like that's totally fine. There is no like right answer when it comes to designing. Like if it makes sense to you or you like it and it's different from what other people do, then that might be like your thing. That might be what helps your work stand out. So don't ever feel like, I mean, like, you know, we have to do everything in odds and like this and that. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's just not your vibe or you're not feeling it with a particular design, then like, why would you do it? Where's the joy? Where would the joy be in that, right? It is. It's like butter. Like butter. Butter, Sonia. All right. Yes, this, and I'm trying to think of what the wattage is because the one I usually use is 60, and I swear this might be a little bit higher. I'm not sure, but I definitely, okay, so dual temp. So if you were, say, like doing this, using it with somebody who's maybe not that familiar, or like you're doing it at a workshop, I would definitely stick with low temp. So I know I've quizzed you guys quite a few times, but in case someone hasn't been here for it, low temp glue, it usually goes about as hot as 280 degrees, which, okay, like, you know, that's how you like have things warming up in the oven. But high temp is like almost 500. I think it's 480. So like if you think about what happens when something that's 480 degrees hits your skin, you immediately, at least for me, like my skin blisters immediately. It is incredibly painful, which is why it is nice to have, you know, tools that are well thought out. Again, like the silicone tip on this is so the glue doesn't stick, because then you're just less likely. It's like one less opportunity for you to get your hand stuck in it and then like cuss like you've never cussed before. I swear, like my daughter did not know I swore until I got a high temp glue product, and then I was like, yep, there it is. All right. So I'm just gonna kind of put a little in on all sides, just so everything is snug. Kim, do you have one of their glue guns? Because I don't know if you were on when I was talking about it, because I just saw this on Amazon, because I've been using the rope, but they have like a super long rope. I don't know how many feet it is, but it's like many, 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 many feet. That's a lot of feet. And I'm thinking, it, you know, it looks like box of wine, but like if you just don't want to deal with swapping out glue sticks, because when you're really like in the zone and you're flying through glue, it is kind of a pain to start and stop. And with this has had continuous heat the whole time. So granted, it's not like a cordless cord one, but it is very easy to work with. So if you were, you know, going around on a wreath or something like that and you didn't want to start and stop, I will say this is a great glue gun. Let me just say what it is again. This is a Surebonder Ultra dual temp glue gun for all-purpose bond. Has auto shut off for peace of mind. Has 150% more power. Okay, that's why that thing is constantly going. Okay, that makes sense. Auto shut off after 30 minutes. Interchangeable nozzle. Okay. So if you were doing something more detailed, they do have sets of like the nozzles. The side fins allow the guns to lay on its side. Yes, okay. Sorry, you know I geek out. It's me. Geography, as I was explaining to someone earlier, not my strong suit. Actually, let me get my Lazy Susan. Get her lazy butt down here. So yes, I feel like the last time I did a live, I walked away and there was a spider on the floor, and it wasn't just like any spider. It was like a big spider, and it was mean. It just looked mean, and I stomped on it and screamed. And my friend Melissa McCreary, she's like, I was listening to you in the car, and she was just like hysterical. Because I was just acting like a crazy person. I was leaf blowing the backyard the other day, and I saw a spider, and I swear to God, I like leaf blew him to the moon. I was like, there was no stopping from how far away I wanted that guy to get from me. So yeah, you could do the rope glue like the one I got. I think I am going to invest in the big box. I can't remember. It's not cheap, but it's a ton of glue. You know, like they have like a little hole cut out the front, and like you just kind of feed it through. And for a workshop, to not have to pack all this stuff, to just pack that one thing would definitely work very well for me. Because yeah, it's like, it ruins the flow. Like that's also why I just like the glue pot in general, because you're just kind of like dip, you know, like dip and stick. It's like the best bond as you go. All right, so I've got several different choices for greenery. And so Real Touch, my understanding of Real Touch is it's really not meant for outdoors. So it could stay somewhere that's covered. But as far as like if you're making my wreaths, I don't have like that whole disclaimer about like it needs to be out of direct sunlight, all this stuff. Like my goal when I'm designing is that it's made for somebody like me who just isn't going to take the time to take their wreath in and out when there's like bad weather. Kim, if you do, I won't judge you, because you know what, like wine and crafting, they go together. So maybe like one of each. I don't know. So I'm going to break this up. Whenever we're working with stems that have like this paper coating, pretty much across the board. It's something that you can just pull apart. And this stuff is nice. It is nice. And you always want to just get the most out of your materials. So just because it comes a certain way, even if it looks pretty that way, like you want to get the most out of it. So you're going to just manipulate them however like you need to. So for this, I want to start laying a little bit of a foundation down. So I broke this up. I should probably get some things out of the way. I need like a little side table. Or maybe an assistant that wants to work for free. Stay here with me. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, we got to make Melissa proud on this one. She has delivered, and I cannot wait. These peonies are going to just be the stars. So let's start with just some foundation greenery. And actually, I'm going to cut some of this up too. Okay, so this does not have the paper, so this is something that we're going to clip. Kim, if you roll into a party with a box of glue, your friends are going to be pissed. Like, yeah, I know you like to design, but like, where's the wine? Where is the wine? I'm like not playing fantasy football this year, so I have not been like watching it. But on Sunday, I did a bunch of like yard work. So I'm like, I'm going to have my pumpkin beer. I'm going to be the basic bee that I know I am. I have 1 6-pack. It's going to last me the entire fall season. And it was good. And it's good because I ended up breaking down the porch. Like, I had all these like really pretty like solar lights, you know, and it was very magical. It was very whimsical. But last night, it just out of nowhere, I swear to God, like buckets of rain were falling. Buckets. Just make sure I'm not missing anything else from Melissa. Okay, this is from the last box she sent, and I hadn't used them. So let's see. We'll see if this is gonna work or not. This might be a stretch. Hold on. Okay. It's copper. I don't know. We'll just have this like in the back of our brains that it certainly could go. What do you guys think? I mean, we're definitely gonna go with like the light and the icy because we have. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna have to like beat me to the cart for this because these are incredible. And you know what? You're gonna get so much out of it because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches. Imagine doing like an outdoor planter with this too. Like there's some like birch and some juniper. Ooh, yes. I am like ready to get rid of my fall mums. They are dead. They have called it a day for sure. And I have to figure out what's gonna go there next. All right, so we're gonna use this long pine first because I think it just has the most structure. And some of it might be a little bit long. So let's see. Yeah, you know what? This is long. Okay, hold on. Kind of thinking if I start it in the middle. Yeah. Because, you know, like Real Touch is usually like, it's a pretty penny, and so I don't really want to cover it. And I think if we just place this with intention, we can get what we want out of it, and then also have our Real Touch up top. Kim, I loved, by the way, the navy twist. That like would never have occurred to me, and I think it was just so classic. Like I love traditional like colors, but also there's just something very unique about that. And also there's a lot of people that are celebrating, you know, Hanukkah. Like, and so I've gone into Etsy and I've typed up, you know, like starting the whole like what type of wreath. And it's said like not Christmas wreath. And I'm like, yeah, not everybody wants a Santa or the Nativity. Like a lot of people do, but not everybody. And like if there's a market for something that is unique, like like go for it. So, and actually I made a swag that is blue and silver, and somebody was like, that would be so good for like somebody who really loves to celebrate the Greek culture. And I was like, that never occurred to me. So I plugged that in. I'm like, anything, like, because I could see like somebody in my family saying, you know, like something Irish, you know, traditional Irish colors for whatever. So I mean, of course it makes total sense to me. Oh, and I love this stuff. This is like how my hair is going to look like when I wake up tomorrow, for sure. For sure. Actually, when I wake up in the morning, I don't know what it is. Like, so when my hair is straight, I wear like a silk bonnet thing to keep it going. But when my hair is curly, I wake up and I look exactly like Garth from Wayne's World. It's like squared. It's like, it's a whole vibe. I gotta say, it's quite the morning view for anyone to just partake in, because yeah, I don't know what it is about how I sleep, but I wake up like just square up top. Curly hair, it does whatever it wants. My salon always says easiest client, most difficult hair, which I like because I get to be the guinea pig for when people are getting trained on blowouts. They use me and I'm like, use me, baby. I don't mind. I will let you blow out my hair. You get it. Yes. It just has like a really, something happens overnight. It's like with like the gremlins. Like it takes on a life of its own. I don't know. I am loving how airy this is. I could totally see like if this whole thing was made up of this too. So this is also from TCT Crafts. This is just something from the last box, which means I would have put the SKU numbers in a video, but I can also try and find them because these are really nice. You know, like I like a lot of my products I get wholesale from, well, I don't want to say who, I don't want to like say something, but not everybody carries pine products, and or it's like in a craft store, and like I don't know, but like for me, what you find for pine in craft stores, sometimes it's like bluish looking. The stems are super, super thick. And that was a screw I put in the chair without using an actual screwdriver. So if you see me, if you suddenly see me disappear, it's not the wine, it's that my chair just like flat out gave up on me. Sonia, oh my gosh, I was thinking about, you know, like that video you sent where the person made the little things out of pine cones. Those things, like, I don't do well with like super detail, but for somebody who has like the patience and the imagination, like somebody who makes things out of like acorns and like creates this whole scene, it is so sweet. And it just shows you like how creative people can be. Like, it doesn't have to be like this big grand thing, although, you know, your girl likes the maximalism. But for someone to like see something so small and make something so special, I just love. And like that's the thing, is like whatever we design, it's ours. It doesn't need to be anything anybody else is doing. If anything, it makes it more special. So like when you know who buys one of my kits and then out designs me, I'm like, yeah, I love that direction. It didn't cross my mind because it wasn't one of my techniques. Miss Kim. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different ways that people express themselves creatively. Steve is like trying to dig through his dog bed. I don't know where he thinks he's gonna go, but he ain't going too far. And if you guys saw my Facebook post this morning, it's like I wake up and like Bernie's butt is like facing me, which I always find distressful. And then Steve's like on my pillow, like, hey, what's up, B? Like, no big deal. Just living on my pillow. Yes. Yep. I agree, Sonia. Like that is you like have your own perception, and I love that. And Kim, congrats on the sale. I mean, I'm not surprised because it is so unique. Do you sell on Etsy, or do you do like more direct sales? I need to start asking people that because I'm not always clear. Because and a lot of people are doing like both, obviously. So I'm always curious. But good on you for the sale. And I didn't realize, like, when Lindsay and Kayla, when they do their kits live, they sell them for the cost of the kit. And I was like, well, I've been living, like, under a rock. Like, I had no idea. That's such a smart idea. Like, for people to actually get to watch you design, which is kind of like Lindsay's thing, I've realized, is that she does custom orders, and then the people get the pleasure of watching her make it. And I'm like, that is the coolest thing. Like, I mean, and it's often. It's not just like once in like a blue moon. Like she does it frequently. So I'm like, no wonder she has like such a loyal following because they get to know her. They get to watch the process. Like, how cool is that? And she even asks them questions. Like she gets their input as she's going. Oh, that girl she just shines so bright. I love her. I will say. I love my Lindsay from Tarnations Creations. She is very special. So, okay, yeah, Kim, you do Etsy and then some local, mostly Etsy. Yeah. And I've been doing like some destashing around here, and I met the nicest woman. She is like just kind of in the early stages of her Etsy shop. She likes to upcycle things, and she's very talented. And I was just like, oh, like, let me know your Etsy page. Like, I'm just so ready to like dig in. And I was kind of like done with having people over because there were some crazies that started like coming at me. But then like one of her friends reached out, and I'm like, oh, well, if you're her friend, you can come over. You can come over and play with me. It's like, I honest to God, love to see people winning. Like, I don't know if that sounds corny or cliche or any of those things, but I love seeing people win. And I love seeing how many different things people can do. Like well beyond like my imagination. All right, you babies are going to go in. Not yet. Not yet. Because I am not going to waste an inch of you. So I don't know if anybody listens to country music. I'm actually a little tall, aren't I? Let's see. But somebody said something like for Santa, like, I'm size Pitt, and I don't know, it was like a whole thing about like basically they want like Morgan Wallen tickets, and I'm like, yep, that would be my list. I listened to him like nonstop. I went from not really being into country to all of a sudden it's like the New Hampshire side, like it finally caught up, and I'm just like obsessed. And then he like sang a song about how he was born in '93, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a tough one. That's a deal breaker right there. Like, I've never wanted someone to be older, but I'm like, yeah, 93. I'm like, I think I graduated in '96, so that is a big age gap. Oh, see, when I touch these things. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. To do a custom live. Yeah, I mean, I think with the custom live, when you know your customer, it's okay. I think if you have like a live wire that is going to like want a bunch of things, like that gets kind of tough because it's not necessarily your style. And like, you know, I understand when people see photos of things and they want to give you the business and all this stuff, but it's kind of tough. You know, there are a lot of designers that say, like, if it's not mine, like, please just go to that designer and buy it. Like, maybe it's not available because it might be, like, something from Pinterest, but it is hard to try and step into someone else's design style. I really struggled doing those witch hat things, and, like, when it finally clicked, it clicked. But, I mean, I procrastinated for months because I was like, I just can't figure it out. I'm like, I don't know how to make the hat stay, you know, like all of the things that I worry about, you know, like I can't put out a product that I think is going to fall apart on somebody, especially like a good client. And so I just stayed paralyzed in it for the longest time. I bought like 7 different witch hats off of Amazon. And then in the end, I don't even know who gave me the idea, because I used chicken wire, but then I used something else. I think I used bubble wrap. And I was like, I needed to like phone in a friend on that, because it was just, you know, yes, of course, when you're doing work, not everything's going to be fun, but like that was like stressing me out. Like I felt like I was going to fail at the project, and I did not want to do it. I like refused to fail. So instead I refused to do anything. But in the end, it all worked out because my friends on here gave me the ideas to actually execute it in a way that it worked. Because I'm like, everybody's doing these witch hat things. Like, why can't I wrap my mind around it? But I could not. Do you guys ever feel like that with something? It's like, okay, I see so many people doing this. Like, I've never tried, like, the beaded grass thing. I know it's super popular. I'm like, I don't know how they do it. Like, I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's just not in my wheelhouse. I have no idea how people make it. I don't know how much material it takes. Like, I'll just... So many things I don't know. You graduated in 82. All right. Trying to make me feel better. I appreciate you. I know. I love them. Like, you just never know how old people are anymore, because you think, like, the Golden Girls are supposed to be in their 50s. Okay? Like, I'm 40. I just turned 48 last week. And I'm like, I can't imagine being Dorothy. Like, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, saying anything, but I'm like, Dorothy just seems so old. And somebody told me Edith Bunker was like in her 40s. And I'm like, no. I mean, Archie might have warned somebody to that point, but I believe somebody said she was supposed to be 45 years old. And I'm like, that's nuts. If that's true, that's nuts. Because she seemed like she was like what 70 would look like now to me, or maybe like late 60s. But yeah, it was funny. I was like listening to a song and I'm like 93, and then I just kept doing the math, and then I kept doing the math against how old my daughter was, and I'm like, ugh. And it's weird that like my first instinct wasn't like I wish I was younger. I was like, I wish she was older. Little probably more information than you need to know about what I think about Morgan Wallen. But I love him. All right. So right now I'm just going around doing lots and lots of fluffy filler, because when I do put in those stunning Burgundy Peonies, I don't want them hidden at all. I want to like set this up so that they are going to just like gently rest upon the greenery that we have going. Oh my gosh. Like, Gina, that's the thing. Like how they had Dorothy dress. Oh gosh. Riley's locked out. Oh, I'm gonna have to run upstairs. My daughter's locked out. She forgot her key. One moment, guys. So sorry. Right, I did give you one. Please check your keychain. Alright, sorry about that. When I have ADHD and my kid has ADHD, I locked her right out. Like, welcome home. Welcome home. You're locked out. Were you guys talking about me when I was gone? I probably deserved it. Oh, I know. 7 summers. Yes. I feel like in kindergarten I was put, so I went to Catholic school from like kindergarten till 5th grade. Like the school went all the way to 8th grade. But like, I'm pretty sure I was on the bus with 8th graders when I was in kindergarten. And like one day I wanted to be like cool. So this is how I remember it anyways. I basically like stood up and like just said a bunch of swears in like a word salad. Like they didn't make any sense, but like I wanted like the 8th grade boys to think I was cool. So I just like busted out a bunch of swears. I had no idea what they meant. When you're young. And oh my gosh, I was just talking with my friend the other day about somehow Cabbage Patch Kids came up. Okay, because I was definitely like obsessed. I was part of the age bracket where you couldn't get, you know, it was like the Tickle Me Elmo thing. Like you could not get a Cabbage Patch doll. It was like a big to-do. And so I had mine. Her name was Mana, and I took her everywhere. She's a redhead, so maybe that's why I went a little on the ginger side as I grew older. But Mana had like a sleeping bag, and so I bring her everywhere with the sleeping bag. And I don't know what the heck happened, but I ended up shoplifting cough drops by using Mana as basically my mule. And I put the cough drops in Mana's sleeping bag and like stole them. I took like 2 packs. It was like Luden's, like the licorice. And so I got away with it for a little while. But like when you're that young and like you're randomly eating cough drops, but you don't have a cough, at some point your parents are going to talk. So they did talk. And my dad walked me into the hardware store and I had to go ask for the manager. I had to tell him what I did. So I'm like sobbing. I'm begging, like, please don't make me do this. I'll never do it again. But no, a lesson had to be taught. So yes, was dragged in there sobbing, had to tell the manager I stole. Then I had to go up to the register and tell the girl I stole and like basically like check out on invisible ingredients. And I never shoplifted again. But I will say, a Cabbage Patch Kid, she did help me with the heist. All right, how are we doing here? Are we nice and even? This looks like a lot of greenery, but honestly, I think we've used 2 pine, 2 of whatever, I'm not sure if this is considered pine, and then 2 cypress. But like there's a ton here. Ton. Oh yeah, it was so embarrassing. Riley. Okay, Riley. So I let you in the house, so my daughter's on now. You knew the story, right? Yeah, that was like old school, like 80s parenting. They were not messing around. And it is true. I never did it again because I was so embarrassed. Oh, Riley, you did know it. You're just like, you think I shouldn't be talking about it. America's just going to go out and get themselves Cabbage Patch Kids and start using them as their cough drop mules. it was quite the story because it impacted me. I never did it again. And I'll never forget that feeling of like hoping and praying my dad was not going to make me do it. It's so embarrassing. If anybody has like kids that know their grandparents, like I know my dad. My daughter does not know my dad. My daughter knows Papa. Papa is fun. He's relaxed. He loves to give you candy. Heck no, that was not who raised me. He was like working 60 hours a week. You know, I mean, it's just not, it's apples to oranges. So every once in a while, if Riley does see a little glimpse, I'm like, that's my dad. That's what I grew up with. And I love my dad. You guys know that he helps me with he's the shipping department. He will do anything and everything for everybody. He is the most selfless person, and I'm just super, super grateful to have him. All right, so just trying to like wrap my mind around it. If I want to put the dahlias in first and then backfill with these, guys, I'm not kidding. I am going back for these. I am going back to the buffet table for these. And let me just tell you what they are called, because I don't even think it does it justice. So it's a 29-inch snowy gold glitter spray holiday eucalyptus. And I don't have pricing here, but this is, I have not seen this anywhere, and I am like losing my mind. You know what? I was wondering about that, Kim. I love that. And so what made you like want to name your business after your dad, or like in honor of your dad? Because, you know, there's so many makers out there and there's so many names, and it's like sometimes like it could be someone's initials. I kind of thought maybe it had something to do with like your initials. But yeah, give us a little insight. You don't have to you don't have to share more than you want to, but honestly, like I am super like grateful every time. Even tomorrow, like my parents are coming over. I have a virtual workshop that I'm doing, and I have like 60 people, and there's just like the final packing steps, and they are like, wait for us, like we'll do it with you. And I'm like, I don't want to make you guys do it. And they're like, you're not making us. Like they want to do it. I was like, fine, I guess I'll let you guys help me. No, but I am really grateful for any day that I get to like spend with them doing those things. Hey Candace, how are you, friend? Nice to see your name pop up, my dear. We are designing with some TCT Crafts goodies tonight. Very much impromptu because I thought I had dinner plans and they're really for tomorrow. So I was like, you know what? I want to just dig in and get creative because I have not been designing enough lately. You know, sometimes you're like full steam ahead, and then sometimes it's just like if you get a little too much space, then it, you know, gets a little harder to step back into. But I knew I had some great goodies, so I'm very excited and very happy that to jump back in tonight. All right, so I think we're gonna go with our flower placement first. Oh, let's see. Kim, that just speaks so highly to like your character. And I love that when you represent like your business and what you love, it also ties back into your love for your dad. So I'm really so sorry for your loss, and he must be so proud to know, like, to be looking down on you and all that you do, and to know that he's like a very special part of it, because you do a lot of stuff, lady, and you bring a lot of joy to the world. I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of different ways people can make the world a beautiful place, and you certainly know quite a few of them. So I know he's proud of you, and thank you for sharing that. we have 3 and 3 of this. I wonder if I should do the peonies first because they're kind of like my priority. I think that probably makes sense. Sorry, I'm talking this out loud because I want to make sure I use them correctly. And like if this was something that I was making for my own home, like I wouldn't glue it all. Or if I was really unsure, like you can always glue after. You don't need to like dip and stick as you go. I like to, it's just kind of a habit, but you know, you don't have to commit. You could have commitment issues. Kim is on YouTube. Kim is on YouTube. Kim is very active on... No, you're not changing the subject, Kim. Stop that. Please don't think that. I'm glad that you shared it. Honestly, like, that makes this time more meaningful to me, is to get to know people. That is, like, my one squawk with YouTube, is it's, like, very much one way. Like, you're watching somebody do XYZ, but, like, and yes, you can, like, chat with them, but, like, they can't see you and all the things that you can do. Like, if Kim was just, you know, like, an account name and I don't get to see all the things, I would miss out on what an amazing person she is and what an amazing designer she is. So, you're not derailing anything at all. And, like, Sonia, I love that we connect through social media, because it's like when I wake up in the morning and I see like some of these videos, I'm just like in stitches. Like I'm like, that's how I want to start my day. I want to start my day with people who like a good laugh and they get it and they know I love animals, and like you know what I'm a sucker for, I think, at this point. All right, so we're gonna do our first peony. I'm gonna give the head a little tilt. Quality on these is amazing. Okay, glitter leaves with, no, I'm sorry, velvet leaves with like a glittery like tip lining. And I will throw out the SKU number just because I feel like I never want to like sell, like buy something out, because then I feel like that's just not the spirit of it. So the Burgundy Glitter Peonies, their SKU is XS as in Steve 867505. Okay, and I don't know what the stock situation is, but if this is a must-have item, I would go on. I would use promo CAR 15, save your 15%, and then buy 15% more. Use your girl math. Whether you're a girl or not, use your girl math. Yes, drop the link. I want YouTube to be more interactive. At least for like, I mean, I know YouTube, like the purpose is you're watching videos, but I feel like for lives, like, or even, you know, like they have like the post page, like let people share images of what they do. I think it would just make the community like that much stronger, because it's hard to be on so many platforms. Like, I feel like my most comfortable platform is Instagram. I don't go live on Instagram, but lost my train of thought there. But it would be hard if like I was trying to juggle Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Like, you can only do so much. Like, maybe you can stream to multiple places at once, maybe you can't. But for me, I think if YouTube made it more interactive, I just think like it would give you more of that sense of community. TikTok is a mess right now. Is it like going away? I never understand, because I don't know enough about TikTok, and that is, you know, again, like I get really distracted on TikTok. My ADHD, I never had ADHD until I started trying, or I am running a business, but Lordy, do I get thrown way off when I'm on TikTok. I'm like paying somebody $5 to read my fortune. I'm buying like kid barrettes when my daughter's grown. I mean, like it's just too much. And then trying to go live on it is also a challenge because it's like you're at a Vegas casino and there's just like all sorts of like things coming at you. So I feel like if you know TikTok, you know it and you're comfortable. But for me, it's like YouTube has like a nice pace that I like. I like the community here, and like I can focus on things when I go on here. Oh, really? Okay, Kim's saying that you can't mention your business. Like, what's the point if you're there to promote your business and you can't talk about it? I don't know. I think that's interesting. So, anybody's business, like just like a small business owner, not like, you know, Sony. I don't even know where the heck I pulled that from, but like not like a major company, like anybody's business, and you get restricted. Because that's the thing, like if you put so many eggs in one basket, like if YouTube went away and like all the videos I have done went away, I would be so devastated. Like Lindsay from Tarnation Creations, she had like a huge following, like tens and tens of thousands of people, and they loved her. They do love her. And somebody hacked her account, and like to add insult to injury, not only did they take her account, but they started posting like inappropriate things. And she was reaching out to TikTok like constantly about it, and there was just no solution to it, like no help. And so she had to start a whole new page, and I'm like, I would be like devastated to put in that much work and then have them not help me. Like if clearly the page has been hacked and it's not her running it, like I know that I'm sure places don't have time to like dig into like every single thing. But for me, I'm like, I just feel like she worked so hard for that, and to have it just taken without any type of like consequence for somebody else is just not okay. It's like the wild, wild west over there. Wasn't it so sad? Oh, Candace, that's awesome. Is he like, when my dad retired, it's like he was still getting up at like 4 a.m. Like it is a transition, you know, like for like my dad, he was dropped off on his 16th birthday at Market Basket, which is like a big grocery chain around here. Dropped off, and he stayed there until he retired. So like he didn't know anything other than Market Basket. And so when he retired, it was really hard for him to, I don't want to say that. It was a challenge to stay busy. Like now he's really active, like in his church, and he does, like he's always doing yard work. He's always here to help me. He is running the shipping department. I will tell you, that guy keeps me on track. He is no joke. All right, so I don't even want to waste like these little things. Like sometimes with foliage, I just kind of like toss them. But there's something just very unique about these. So I'm going to try and use as much as I can. And I'm kicking myself because I have, thanks to Diane, a full floral pick machine. And I got my WD-40, but I don't have it set up over here. So that was silly. Because I know I've like made everybody wait while I do it like old school with wiring everything to floral picks. So I got to get with it. So many different things to learn, right? Can't sleep in. Yeah. I mean, hopefully at some point, like, because I know like this has been the conversation, is like, if you don't retire young enough so that you can actually enjoy it, and then you just wear yourself down, like you're still not going to enjoy it. So it's like, it's a mixed bag. But like when you spend your whole career taking pride in the fact that you work hard, and then you don't have like that structure, I think it's very hard. Like my dad and I are I say I'm the son my dad never had, because I mean I have 2 brothers, but like we both love to do things. Like, I mean, there'll be times, because we live next door, that it's like I'm out there with the leaf blower, and then I look over and he's out there with the leaf blower, and I'm like, do either of us really need to be doing this? Probably not. but it's like an OCD like thing. So I just love having them next door. It has been like the best blessing I could ever ask for. And my mom, she's just in it for the cappuccinos. I'm not even sure she likes me. It's interesting. I wonder how like your husband's gonna like having a part-time job. Because actually, you know what, I have somebody I used to work with, that's what her husband did too. Like he was just stir crazy. So he got a part-time job just to like have kind of something to, you know, I mean, they're always going to be helpful and useful and all that, but I think going from working a ton to slowing down like so quickly, I think it just really throws people. Design piping systems on multiple classes of submarine. Candace, how can this benefit the wreath community? Because all I'm hearing are like engineering skills. Like we need to dial him in. Like Marion's husband, who creates all these things. Your husband is clearly very talented and very smart. Like, what can we do, Candace? How can we get him enticed into the world of wreathing when he was working on submarines? Probably a little cooler to him than wreaths, but maybe as his beloved wife, you can convince him otherwise. I think you can. Just like Marion's husband, he made the ribbon wrangler thing, and then he has like the bow, well, this is the bow making like alternative. So, you know, again, an engineer's mind. It's all printed up, the ruler, it's got your business name on it, it folds up, gardencharmboutique.com. But I'm like, you know, he wanted to do that. He wanted to help Marion and her passion. And I think that that's just magical. Like you see so many fortunate people who have like their partner's support. And I'm so fortunate, like I have my parents' support. Like, you know, you need somebody who's kind of like gonna say when like days are tough, like you got this. Like there's something special that you have that you don't want to give up on. So yeah, Candace, what can we do about your husband? Is he around? Can I ask him? What can he invent for us? Oh, I know. I hear what you're saying, Sonia, because you do get to know people. And so whenever anybody's hurting, you know, it hurts. Like if you are an empathic person, it's very hard to see and to know that other people are going through that, because there's kind of that part of you that says like that could be me, or that was me, or, you know, I dread the day that that's going to be me. And that's hard. I will say that whoever that is that you're referring to is so lucky to have somebody that cares as much as you do, to even like it resonated with you that she's going through something so hard. So know that what you're giving to somebody is you are giving comfort. And I'm sure for her that makes this like, you know, an investment on really connecting with people to that degree. Oh, Candace, you have your ribbon wrangler and you love it. It took me a little while, only because it took me forever to get used to the typical, the easy bow maker. I struggled with that for years. So then I'm like, okay, you're throwing like a new material at me. It's got a different shape, a little bit, like the dowels are a little different. Oh, you're saying ribbon wrangler. Sorry, we're talking about two different things. Yes, the ribbon wrangler is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with, you know, if you are working with multiple ribbons and yes, you want to drop them on the floor, or you want to drop them in a basket. For me, I've got three. I have 4 dogs, 2 of which are shepherds. So if I drop something on the floor, there's going to be like a tumbleweed of fur that comes with it. So like I just don't have the ability to do that because I know it would end badly. This guy is in too tight. With Surebonder glue, if you do not like get it out before it fully hardens, especially on like the grapevines, I think foam is a little bit more forgiving. But it is so hard. I mean, there are different like types of glue. So when you're purchasing from them, whether it's like through them directly or on Amazon, you do want to pay attention. And this is all stuff like I'm learning. You want to pay attention to what the glue description is. Just because it's like a full-size glue stick doesn't mean it's high temp. It doesn't mean it's low temp. Like all of those things, you have to actually read like what the purpose is. Because I was linking things up in my like Amazon storefront, and then I realized I'm like, oh, this is meant for people who are creating shipping boxes, because they have a whole line of products for people who, like, you know, when we get our boxes, like they're glued together. Well, that they don't grow on trees like that, like somebody did it. So there's a particular glue for that like specific task. So you want to make sure, you know, especially if you're doing something like wreath making for outdoor displays, that it's going to hold up for it, like for what you need it to. What are we thinking so far? I'm gonna backfill in with some greenery, and then I'm gonna go in with some more eucalyptus. And I think to Sonia's point, the only thing I would question with the pomegranates, and maybe I'm gonna feel differently shortly, is what I think about the foliage. Like, is the foliage winter enough, or would I want to cut back the foliage? Because the actual texture of it is spot on to her description. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. I'm so glad I had my night mixed up and that I am down here. I mean, tomorrow I'll be out to dinner. Tonight I still gotta cook, but my daughter's home, so it'll be fun. I'd love to cook together. Leaves out, yeah. I mean, I like them, and I think in the right, not circumstance, like the right design, I think it would be great, like if it was maybe for fall. But I feel like when we come to winter, like the evergreen thing, it's like you have to kind of tread lightly for the most part around like what you introduce for foliage. Of course, you can do anything. It's just, I know for me, I like my cypress, I like my juniper, that stuff. And so I don't want to really throw it off. And then we still have the like red glittery fern. So we'll see if we're going to throw those in too. Yeah, I have not been on here in a minute. It's so nice. I really like appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And never feel like you have to stay for the whole thing. Like, there's nothing worse than like you jump on someone's live and you're like, oh gosh, I gotta stay on here. So you don't have to do that. Popping on and saying hello is always just like super appreciated. And it just reminds me that I miss this and I need to do it more often. And also I need to do more shopping with Melissa at TCT. So like that's like, Kim, like to your point, I actually don't know what TCT Crafts, I don't know what the TCT stands for, which I should know, because Melissa's my friend, so I need to ask her what the deeper meaning is. I agree, I totally think it could be used like instead of berries, 100%. So let's get in our greenery and then we'll go back, but I'm not kidding, guys, like these peonies, like Peony, they are so luxurious looking. Like, I always tell Melissa, I'm like, just give me all the peonies. Like, I will never get tired of them. I will never not want to work with them. They are my favorite. Like in real life, like I might like other flowers too, but when it comes to designing, like cabbage roses, which I think a lot of people mistake for peonies anyways, like as far as like when we're selling, it's just the look people love. Like they love the hydrangea and they love their peonies. How could you not, really? And I love that she paired them with these cream dahlia, because I don't know that I would have done that. Like, this is like, again, when you're getting in the mind of somebody else, I don't know that I would have thought to take this like snowy eucalyptus and put it with a cream dahlia. I wouldn't have done it. Like I wouldn't have known to do it. And so like Melissa does do kits too, where she kind of like, you know, again, like takes the guesswork out of it for you. But yeah, this is like, she's hit it out of the park with this one. Oh my God, I want all of these peonies. Hi, Bernadette. Hi, Burpee. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Okay. Oh, don't try. Bernie loves to kiss without consent. You say hi? Yes. All right. You good girl. So we haven't fostered in a while since we got Bruno, because he's just like a bull in a china shop. Like I just don't trust. He has zero aggression, but he also has like zero social skills to like know, like, you know, to back up and stuff. But we got Bernie. She's from Alabama, from Rebecca's Paws and Claws. Same with Steve. Same with Winnie. And so whenever we have had a dog here, because we've successfully homed 8 dogs over the last like 2 years, or the 2 years we were doing it. But we do call Bernie the ambassador from Alabama, because she is the first dog out, because she is like she's got the best social skills. She's friendly, she's playful. So she has a little bow tie on her collar because she is the ambassador. And yeah, when I was out in Alabama, Claudia, we went and visited Claudia and her crew, and there was like the sweetest dog who had a collar, but like was out at all hours of the night, and it was unclear if like that dog had an owner. And I'm like, this is making me so sad, because I can't imagine like abandoning a pet. I just can't imagine. Like not doing the right thing, like at least making sure that they're cared for, just like leaving them in the middle of nowhere. It's just like, oof. That would not go over with me if I ran into that person, that's for sure. Oof, the hot glue. Hot glue got me. I know hindsight's always like 20/20, but I wish I had done more of the filling before doing the eucalyptus, because I don't want any of it covered. Like it's such a star. I mean, I did leave some out, but I wish I had left like all of it out and done all of the filling, and that way it's all resting on top. It's the thing when you're designing without a blueprint. It's like you could do it differently like every single time. Like and be like, ah, yes, that makes way more sense. Or, you know, oh, I wish I hadn't chopped that up into a million pieces. Like that wasn't the right thing to do. But I did just look over and I did just see something I have that I haven't used yet, and I think I am going to use it on this. And it's totally playing off of Melissa's palette, because I wouldn't have known what, I haven't actually used them yet anyways, because I didn't know what to do with them. So gonna have to give a nod of credit still to Miss Melissa of TCT Crafts. And yeah, so she's got a YouTube channel. She has a membership group. Like, she's got all the things. But, like, she's also just very, very smart. Like, every once in a while, I'm like, you have to remind me what you did before this, because she's so organized. Like, super talented, super creative, super funny. But she also, like, always has systems in place. So she definitely had a corporate, ooh, I like that. Yeah, she had a corporate position before. All right, Sonia, I'm feeling it. Are we thinking like 2? Like, kind of filling in a gap? I love that idea. Elaborate for me, please, so I can do it justice, because I think that you are onto something, and I also feel like I have some gaps that I don't want to like overstuff, but bows on a pick might be perfect. This is why I love designing with people. This is when the ideas and the passion are all shared. And that's what makes a great community, is like helping each other out. Shorter sticks, like, okay, 3. Okay. I believe I understand the assignment. I think I'm going to leave the pomegranates out. Well, I just don't know if I want to dismantle them so much. Hold on. Because I do agree with you about the foliage. So, let me see. Say we did strip down the foliage. Is there going to be enough left to justify? What do you guys think? Because they do pair really, really nicely. I could always just strip some of the top leaves. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let me know if you guys, like, let me know what you guys think. Because to Sonia's point, they like would make a great alternative to berries. And they are, like, the color is perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I do still want to do the bows, like you said. But yes, there's nothing wrong with this foliage. I know I say I'm a foliage snob, but this is just more like a seasonal decision. If I were using this for fall or for spring, I would absolutely leave the foliage on. But this will be a nice pop of texture. Yep, no leaves. All right, we're on the same page. You and me, lady. We get it. We get each other. I'm picking up what you're putting down. For sure. And I think they're going to make a great addition to having that pop of color and that texture. Because I don't know what it is, but I love pomegranates. Like, they're just, I don't know what it is. I love them. So let me just get the leaves off of this one as well. Bruno is like scratching at the window. So, do you guys know that song, like, Somebody's Knocking? Should I let him in? Like, Lord, it's the devil. Will you look at him? I've heard about her, but I never dreamed she'd have blue eyes and blue jeans. That is like something, that's a song my parents used to listen to, and for whatever reason, I was like singing it earlier today. I'm like, I don't even know how to ask like Google to find that song. Because I'm like, it's the devil, but it's also about a lady. Well, guess it's not that hard. A little bit of this is again, we're manipulating our materials. I'm gonna break this down into 3 different pieces. Same thing. You don't have much going on you. I'll leave you intact. Every time I touch my screen, I regret it. And let's see. Okay, sorry guys. All right, so let's go around with our pomegranates. Now they're all prepped and ready to go. And I want them to show, I want the eucalyptus leaves to like show the most. Again, if I could go back, I would definitely put them in probably more towards the end, just to make sure nothing's covered. It's so hard to tell sometimes because it's like sometimes I put things in first because I want to make sure that they like have their spot. But then as you're filling, like you might backfill and then all of a sudden they kind of get like swallowed up a little bit. I'm glad you're liking it, my friend. Yeah, every time my daughter like breaks down a pomegranate, it looks like a murder scene upstairs. I'm like, or in the kitchen, I mean. Can we not do it in a neat way? I can understand why they sell them as like just the seeds. It is very hard to not make a huge mess with them. They are just a messy, messy fruit. So pretty though. Tasty and pretty. See where we could use these the most. Right here. All right, so we have this, which I do think could work well. I think it adds a different like level of dimension to it, and also honestly, if we're looking, not honestly, I mean, who's gonna lie about this, but if we're looking at the glitter on the edges of the peony, I would say maybe some could be considered a little bit copperish because they're like red and gold. But what I'm thinking is to go a little outside of the box and use these. Okay, and this is just something I picked up, so I don't have like a skew thingy for it, but I'm thinking just a couple of these. And again, I wouldn't have even thought of this if it weren't for the palette that Melissa created. But I think if we add a couple of these, and then also look into the ribbon. We can't forget the ribbon. So let's see. And I love these. They have like marbles on them pretty much. Very cool. So the question becomes, does it need to get cut up, or can we just make things malleable? I think we can work it. Oh, I shouldn't have cut it that short. Let's see. You're gonna get sick if you're eating stuff off the floor. Don't do that. Do you mean like for the dogs? Or on YouTube? Because I can't answer for YouTube, but my bigs are outside and Steve is snoozing. Steve's he lives a pretty laid back life when he's not trying to beat up my shepherds. And then when I go upstairs, Ren and I are going to make dinner. It's very late for dinner. Too many goodies. Time got away from me on this one. Okay. I'm trying so hard to keep my Chervonder clean. Oh, I think this pairs really, really well. In my humble opinion of what I'm doing. Now it sounds like a stampede upstairs, so I feel like maybe the shepherds are in. I can't wait to talk to Melissa tomorrow because again, like this to me is very much outside the box. Burgundy and cream for like winter. And with those eucalyptus, I wouldn't have thunk it. Like she did make something too with like these really beautiful like beige ice skates on a swag. And it's just like, I'm not gonna say haunted because that sounds like weird, but it's just like resonated with me. Like what a beautiful vision she had and carried out. I love all my creative friends. I love seeing all the stuff they do. Yeah, some spots we need a little filling, huh? I do find like when I'm designing, because I'm like looking up top, you know, like you do need to like go back down. Because if you're thinking about if this is sitting on somebody's dining room table, like that's where their eye is going to be. They're not going to be standing over it like I am. So we'll definitely need to go back with some filler. I agree with you 1,000,000%. I always caution people, be so careful. If you have like your glue. Yeah, let me just get a green filler. Oh, and I can still work on those loops too. So if ever like you don't shop your stash before you shop, I found an entire case of these from Joann's from like at least a year ago, and they're not too shabby. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have enough to do an entire like workshop with these. So I say I'll put the less expensive, even though I think the quality on them is nice, put the less expensive items down below so that we're covering up our mechanics, and then we have a nice full piece. I was like, oh, I miss my girl Jo. There is a store that has some of her stuff. Not Opie's, but something like that. Not Audie's. I forget. Somebody said it, that another company has like some of their inventory. Because I was like, where did it go? All right, so let's just go under. Because we want to see the container, but we obviously don't want to see where the foam is. We do not want anyone to know how the sausage is made. We want to cover up all of our mechanics and make it look nice and natural. Ooh, that would be so fun. Hey, Michelle. How are you, my friend? I know, I'm like not on here enough. I miss connecting with all of like you kind, creative people. And actually, I have a virtual workshop coming up, and it's like a corporate one. But I realized I made up like at least a dozen extra kits. So I'm thinking of doing a virtual workshop like on Zoom, like something that we can all be on. And it would be like a crescent wreath. It's nothing super complicated or crazy, but I was like, oh, it could be fun. Because I always like I'm always saying, like, I wish I could see, you know, like what other people are doing and like sharing like their joy, because there's so much talent. And YouTube just doesn't necessarily like let that stuff flow like it should. So yeah, I was thinking of trying to plan a night for the virtual workshop, and if people wanted the kits or if they just wanted to use their own stuff, they could do that. I don't know. I just feel like for the holiday season, it's like you just kind of want to connect with people. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. If you knew how much like the struggle was with just, so this is my phone, but when I do my coaching for Southern Charm Wreaths, like I struggle like every week. It is so much. But yes, ideally if there was a track. I mean, like when you see the behind the scenes, so like Melissa has that from TCT Crafts, like there's a lot that goes into that. Like, I mean, there's a whole rigging thing and it's a lot, but I do think it's a good idea. And I think at least if I was like maybe like pre-recording something, that would be definitely doable. But yeah, for a live, I think that's going to be more of a goal. Oh, I'm so glad you love it. I still say we do your bows. I still like the idea of the 3. So we'll just get our base covered and we'll just make some like simple loops is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? So we have the 2, right? So we could use them both. We could just use one. What do you guys think? Okay, because both of these pair perfectly, so we could do both, like all in one, or we could just pick one. Let me know. Yeah, I'll get more information out about the virtual thing, because I'm like, it just would be so fun. Like, it just would be so fun to, like, actually see everybody when they're, like, making things. Because that's how it's going to be for the corporate thing. It's like, yes, they can just watch one person while they're talking, or you can jump around and watch, like, the whole group. You know what I mean? Which I think is fun. I think it's more fun if, like, everybody kind of gets to, like, chat and, like, just have a good night, whether you want to have, like, you know, your tea, your wine, whatever it is. Like, you're in your pajamas, you're not. I don't care. Whatever you're comfy in, and just, like, enjoy a nice night of crafting. Like, that's the whole thing with workshops. That's exactly why I say it doesn't feel like work. The prepping is work. The planning is work. But actually, like, getting out and, like, doing things with people is so, it's just brings me so much joy. Both. All right. Here we go. Miss Renee Bouquet. Well, you know, hotels. That would be my dream. Is Fairmont Copley in Boston. Just the big things. Like, oh. And I'm always touching everyone's orchids. Not everyone. That sounds weird. At hotels, though, I'm like, why are you guys? You must be replacing orchids constantly when you could just get something so stunning that is artificial. And maybe, hey, you mix artificial in with, like, real if you want to do, because there's some really great florists in Boston as well. Jose Guzman, there's Winston's, like, there's some really talented people. So, and actually Jose would say he approves of using, like, real info. Like, there's a place for everything. He's, like, the nicest, most positive person I've ever met. But yes, I'm like, oh, if you just invested in a few big pieces, you would save so much money, and you would still wow your clientele. Like, this could be like 8 times the size at the Copley and be sitting on a table. And every year you could have somebody come up. I could zhuzh it up, you know, make it nice. More is more. Yes. You are, like, singing my love language right now. Yes. More is more. So I do think we'll keep it on the simpler side so that we're just kind of, like, dealing with the loops. So I believe that is going to call for some floral wire and then our picks, as you stated. Yeah, like, that's my dream. Like, I mean, there's so many things that I love to do, but, like, if ever I could just make something that's so humongous. Like, one of my favorite floral books is called Flower Flash, and it's from when the pandemic hit and all of, like, these florists in New York, you know, like, everything got shut down. Like, all the weddings, all the ceremonies, all these things. I look like I have, like, Schmiegel or whatever that guy's name is, like, hands right now. I'm covered in glue. But yeah, all these florists, they didn't want all their flowers to go to waste. So what they would do is kind of like in the middle of the night. Sorry, but there's, like, so much glue. I don't know if that can, like, function. Yeah, they would go and they would take, like, a trash can or a phone booth, and they would just have it overflowing with, like, the most amazing florals. So I think the book is made by Jeff Lewis. Pretty sure that's right. Even if you just want to Google it just to see what I'm talking about, it is, like, it takes the most ordinary of things and makes it this humongous work of art. And, like, to me, like, that is, like, the dream, is for people to, like, understand just how far permanent botanicals have come. And we're not talking about silk florals and, like, dusty stuff and all that. Like, they've come a magnificent way. Like, these peonies, again, like, that's not a natural thing. Like, they are amazing. And there is a place for all of it. So let's see. I'm thinking 2 loops or 3. Throw me a number. Ah, oh, Renee, you are the best. Thank you so much. 3 loops. 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 3 l See, touch the screen, it like jumps way up. Okay. I'm kind of leaning towards overlaying the cream and gold just because I think it's gonna like pop with like the detail. And maybe just doing, kind of thinking 3 loops. And then wiring it onto that floral pick. Is that big enough? The glue in my fingers is legit interfering right now. Yeah, I feel like a third's needed. All right, I think I'm gonna start that over a little bit. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're like too kind. Always, always, always. And you know what? Like, I just think the world needs more people that are comfortable and willing to share like kindness. You know, I love to stop a girl and be like, I love like your outfit. I love your hair, like all that stuff. And maybe they think I'm weird. But I'm like, at the same time, like, or maybe they're like, I feel seen. Because if that's how you feel and that's what you think when you see somebody, like, why wouldn't you share that with them? All right, so I'm not measuring, so I'm just going to make sure my loops line them up this way instead. We'll twist. Odd numbers. Okay, cool. Thank you, Gina. Okay, I made this loop way too big. Little adjustment, little adjustment. Yeah, imagine a world where like we couldn't all connect like this, like we're all at home or like at work or whatever. Maybe you're watching on a replay, but like how like much smaller the world would be if we couldn't connect. I think this has just been like such a blessing, and I feel like it has increased like my world like tenfold. Just being able to connect with people from like all around the country, people in different countries, like things that I just never would have imagined. And I'm like, that's when social media is a gift. It's not always a gift, but it can be, and like I think that's just a good example of it. All right, so let's put this on a floral pick. I love them too. I can't take credit. I gotta give it all to Melissa at TCT Crafts, but she just has an amazing eye. Oh my gosh. Her work is just stunning. I'm just gonna cut these at a diagonal. I feel like whenever it's like under the 2.5 inch, I don't want to dovetail. It just seems a little bit like unnecessary. So either folding it or, let's see. All right, so let's see how our first one worked out before we do any more. Let me fix this before I ask your opinion. Sorry, new design technique, so I'm like working through it. Plus I made one loop bigger than the other. All right, what do you guys think? And you can give me your honest opinion. Something like this. I said that with like so much hesitation. Like, does that, like, what do we think? Did I kind of miss the mark? I mean, I think I like it. I think I need to like zhuzh around with the loops a little bit more so that they're filling the space. But I'm kind of thinking if I'm on the right track, I will get closer the next time around. %, Michelle. And you know, it's funny because when you give somebody a compliment, as good as they feel, I feel like it just kind of also makes you feel like that good as well, to like be, I don't know, comfortable and confident enough to like let people know, like, yeah, I acknowledge you. Like, you took some time, putting your outfit together, your hair together, like all those things. Okay, you like it. Okay, good. I think my next one will be a little bit more well-rounded than the first, because one of those loops is much bigger than the other two. Plus, I like it, like, if somebody says something, like, about my hair, I'm like, I'll tell you my salon, because, you know, my salon, it's a small business, and I would love to help spread, like, the word that they do a great job. Lord knows I can't do my hair. Someone else is doing it. I'm going back to that thought on, like, if my daughter and I did a cooking show. When she was, like, little, like 10, like, we loved to watch Chopped. So one day we did, like, our own version of Chopped, and it was, like, based on ramen noodles. And it was so fun. Like, there's just a lot of love that happens in the kitchen. I don't know if it's like that with you guys. Like, I mean, my mom is very, very Irish. So, like, you were lucky if you got pepper on something. Like, she's just, you know, I love her, but cooking would not be what I'd say I remembered her the most for. But Riley is a really good cook, and she likes to do things like old-fashioned. Like, she will get like old recipe books, and then I just like to try new things. So between the two of us, it's like it's always fun. And she likes to bake. Baking is like way too specific for me. I need to just like cook. Like, I don't want a recipe really. I just want to like do what I think is gonna work out. I am digging the bows. I think that's a great idea. It's funny because, like, one of my favorite winter centerpieces is not from, like, I didn't make it. It's from a local florist. And I love it. I'm like, I don't feel the need to replace it. It's just beautifully made. It's got some, like, beautiful ornaments. It's got some luxe ribbon. And, like, they only use a little of it, but it's, like, it's just enough that, and it's 4-inch. So that explains why I'm, like, probably afraid of it. But I'm like, I just need to, like, get comfy with that. Lindsay from Tarnation Creations, like, she showed me some tricks, and I'm like, because she's like, what do you mean? Like, it's not that hard. And I'm like, no, it is. And then she showed me, and I'm like, oh, it's not that hard. And I'm like, that's how you find people who can teach you. Is like, there's something about the delivery that you're just like you're not confused, you're not overwhelmed, you don't feel like silly, like any of those things. And like just her teaching style or her way of explaining just totally made sense to me. And she also kind of like took the, not fear, but like, you know, when you're so apprehensive that you like get stuck in your own head, like if I was doing it at home alone, I'm sure I would have made it like a much bigger deal. And she's like, you just do this. And I'm like, okay, that's what you do. All right, let's do one more. Hold on, Gina. I'm so sorry. I'm like trying to find. It's showing me loops on, and then I can't see what it says after it. Loops on. Is it a bigger, like a longer pick? Oh my God, I have no idea why, Gina, but it literally is like cutting off the line after that. Can you start a line with it so I can see it? Because I definitely want your feedback. You are a design master, so I want to know, Gina. I'm wondering if you're gonna say a longer pick so that it's more like up. But it legit is cutting me off at that one line. YouTube, don't keep us apart. I would keep the loops on the bow separately. Keep the loops on the bow separately. Like, okay, let's see. Do you mean like this? So like we can see them instead of being overlapped? Because I'm not gonna say I'm hating that. I'm actually really liking it. I mean like one, yeah. There's always like a delay in what I can see, so one looks a little bit wider. You're a kitchen gadget hoarder. I'm telling you, like an emulsifier is like the best tool, and also like the Breville oven, because it's like you don't necessarily need, like, I don't know about where other people are, but here like we're on propane, and I'm like, you don't need to heat an entire oven just to cook something for a half an hour that could like fit in a Breville. It's so efficient. But yeah, do you have an emulsifier like that? Is it KitchenAid? No, it's not KitchenAid. Cuisinart, I think, is what I have. But it's so great for like soups and mashed potatoes and all of those things. Which just makes me think Thanksgiving is not that far away. Are you guys with me on like changing Thanksgiving so that it stops getting skipped? Makes me sad. Like a day to reflect and be thankful, and we're just going Halloween to Christmas. So something's got to give, and I don't think it's going to be social media. Burgundy. Gosh, every time I touch this. More of the burgundy. Okay. So maybe I will flip them around. Anytime I do a live, like it's like my perception or like what I can see, my perspective is kind of limited. So like there's always some good zhuzhin that happens. So I will definitely take that feedback into account if it seems like there's too much ivory showing, and maybe the burgundy will go like forward. So I like that. I mean, Gina, you know how much I love your design style, so I trust you. I trust your feedback. I value it. Gosh, this was like not what I thought it was. I thought I was gonna do a wreath tonight, like in and out, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. But These materials, they sent me in a totally different direction, which means I still have to make a wreath for tomorrow's fundraiser. But I'm gonna guess that's gonna wait till the morning at this point. Let's see, a single loop on top of. It's so annoying, Sonia. It's not gonna show me until another comment comes up. I can just see single loop on top of. So if you can comment again, or if somebody can comment, it's gonna bump. Amber, you're never too late for the party. You are the party, my friend. Hello. Oh my gosh, I like love seeing pictures of your grandbaby. That smile is like so priceless, and I'm like, that's just a happy, happy baby surrounded by love, which does not surprise me at all. But I mean, like, you know, you can run through Facebook and, you know, scroll through a bunch of pictures, but I'm like, oh, when I see his little face, I'm like, it stops my scroll. Stops my scroll. Top of, I'll pick. Do you just mean going in and just doing like one loop somewhere? Because I might need to reassess, but this girl's getting hungry, and when she gets hungry, she gets hangry, and that's not a good look for me. But yeah, actually there's actually a whole bunch of ways you could stack these like loops. But I do like having the like fabric element against everything else. I think that's very unique. So I'm glad you suggested it. Oh no, I have not heard of that. Like celebrating Thanksgiving or Christmas at the same time. Oh no. That honestly is like even worse than what I was talking about. Like that was the whole thing. Like when I think my mom suggested it, she's like, it's just too bad. Like you have like this big family gathering, but it's like then you see each other like a month later. Like what if it was, you know, 4 or 5 months out? And I'm like, well, that makes sense. Plus people aren't really celebrating Thanksgiving, but oh, to combine the two? No, I just like, I hope that's not going to be like a thing. Because I mean, if holidays and family time become like a convenience factor, then I think like we're missing the point. You know what I mean? Just like, I know people like Halloween. I'm not a huge fan because I'm like a scaredy cat, but I get it. It's just something people love. But I'm like, oh, there's a whole like cozy, you know, get your pumpkin spice, be a basic bee, like do all those things, like get on the sweater and light the fireplace. Like, I don't want to miss out on that. And like, as a parent, like I wouldn't have wanted to skip those like events for my daughter. Like it's part of, especially like in New England or anywhere where you get to experience like all 4 seasons. It's like the beauty of it. So why would you skip it? All right. So I'm sure I'm going to do some zhuzhing. I'm sure going to make some adjustments, but I will say overall, I am very happy. I love these materials. Melissa, TCT Crafts, again, tctcrafts.com. Do promo code CARA15. You can save 15%. I will try and get the SKU number up tonight for all of these items. If not, though, it'll be tomorrow. But I'm telling you, like, if you are, like, into these peonies, I would not sleep on them. Like, I am obsessed. Same thing with this eucalyptus. I have not seen this anywhere. It's stunning. And the whole color palette, honestly, that Melissa designed is stunning. Like, she is just impeccable. So even watching Melissa on YouTube, following her on social media, Melissa at tctcrafts.com, you know the drill. So, guys, it was so nice hanging out with you, especially impromptu. So thank you so much for spending the evening with me and giving me your feedback. I will definitely